So welcome to the latest unboxing video from theplayersaid.com. My name's Alexander, and today we are taking a look at a game from GMT that's called Next War Taiwan. And this actually came out in 2014. This was designed by Mitchell Land, but the whole system, the Next War system, was designed by Gene Billingsley. Who's the top? He's the top dog over at GMT. So this is kind of part of his big brainchild, the Next War series. Next War Taiwan. This is I got this one because it's the smallest of the ones currently out. I think there was Next War Korea, then there was Taiwan, and then they did India, Pakistan. I don't know. Upcoming here in 2017, they're going to do Next War Poland. That's on the P500, so I'm very excited for that one. But I wanted to dive in to learn the system, and Taiwan is a smaller one, and it's going to be, I hope, easier to get to grips with, more manageable on the table because it's not quite as huge in scale and scope. So I picked this up to try and get myself into that already. So I want to show you what's inside of it. We have the old little dear customer note, ensure all the contents are there, and that was signed. So we have the game specific rules, and this is like a kind of a semi-gloss. This is actually really nice material rule book. These are the game specific rules. I presume there are series rules in here as well. These are the game specific ones. It looks like it's 32 pages, including the gazetteer at the end. Looks like half of this. So page 18 is scenarios, advanced scenarios, as you can see, and then some bits and pieces, some additional rules, integrating Next War Korea, and extended example of play at the end. So really, the game-specific rules look like to be about 14 pages long, and this is pretty dense text. Looks like it's broken up nicely, though. Looks like they got example counters, and you can see this is full color, but there don't seem to be many diagrams as such. A lot of these pages is just text. They've got some examples of all the different counters and the different nationalities that are represented in the game. So we'll peruse that here in just a bit. Looks like we've got some played cards. So this is there. Now the Next War series has the standard game and then the advanced game. So this is the standard game table. So it's like there's air defense fire, air points. Looks like you got paradrops, sea control, replacement, reconstructions, and mine clearing options on this card. So that's probably one of a few cards I would imagine. Standard game sequence of play. This is excellent. I love a game that has a good sequence of play. So it's got the main phases from supply, initiative, in a naval, movement, combat, basic movement, combat phase, and reorganization stuff, etc. But each of them has these subsets and explanations. I really like this kind of play aid card. This helps me to read the rules once, and then I can just play from a card, and then if I need to, I can reference, rule 7.2. Those help me get a game played, so I appreciate that. Looks like we have the advanced sequence of play, and as you can tell, advanced sequence of play is almost twice as big. There's almost twice as much stuff to do. Because this is, the backside of the standard rules is just a unit ID, kind of a guide of what the unit counters look like. And we'll take a look at the counters here in the game, and then some of the old NATO identification marks there as well. So advanced sequence of play looks a lot bigger. We've got a terrain effects chart. Hopefully I'll be able to get a lot of that memorized, but it doesn't. Looking at this, probably not going to be able to memorize everything because you've got all the different terrain effects, and then you've got all of those effects on all of these different types of units as well. So we might actually have to have this out. And the other side is a master allied reinforcement chart. So it's when are the allies coming in on what turns and what's coming out. Looks like here we have. So this is Air Superior. This is a double size card fold out here. Air Superiority missions. And so you've got US naval carriers, People, Republic of China. This is, and then Japan. These are the allies. It's Taiwanese here. Then you've got the People's Republic of China, and then Malaysia here as well. So you got those guys on this end, and I'll be vying for superiority. I'm unsure if this is used in the advanced game versus the standard game on that one. If you look back, we had those. Where were they? The standard game and advanced game tables and standard game tables. These are just advanced game tables. This is also a file that has a lot more to manage. And a significant amount of the advanced game is very, very detailed superiority rules. And some more, I believe, more detailed naval rules as well. So that's something, that's kind of what I'm excited for. I love using the modern jet fighters and flying sorties and trying to gain control of the skies. That's part of what I'm interested in, is the overall combined ops of air, naval, and ground. I love that in a game. It looks like here that we have this is advanced air-sea battle scenario. Presumably, when you're running air naval combat, you'll use these tracks. So you got air-based damage and port damage to track these and give you modifiers on how things are going to play. You got an allied side and a Chinese side on there, it looks like. We have a game information display. This is double-sided. Let's look on the back, and they got a CRT for those advanced air naval stuff there. Game information display, looks like a general record track there, surrendered units, and then each of these has available, used, and eliminated, and they've got the same here for the Chinese as well. So that's probably a lot of bookkeeping going on there. You can see the 1 through 9 spaces are much larger, so probably we'll have a lot more counters down that end of the track. Next thing, we have another bifold. So we had the air combat. This is kind of like the strategic. Let's put it the right around. The strategic naval display. This is naval control. So the U.S. over here. This is the Indian Ocean. You got, this is the bottom end of Japan here, and the People's Republic of China. And so Taiwan's kind of here. So it looks like this is divided up into sectors. You've got different modifiers here, and there's split zones for forces, and then there's arrows of what to follow and the directions in which you can travel as well. This will be an interesting one. I want to say that this is used in the base game, in the standard rules. I can't vouch for that. I'll take a look at that later. Looks like we're into some counters. What I'll do. Comes with the D10 and the old GMT roller baggies, so it's really nice. Appreciate those. What do we have here? It looks like there's 3 boards of counters, and these are, let's see. So here's the first board, and I believe this breaks down into U.S. Air Force, U.S. Navy, and I think it's. I'll double check. I don't want to misspeak, but there was a guide on one of these. A unit chart. That was in the rules, I think. So we have U.S. Army, U.S. Marine Corps. Then there's like Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, I think. And then there's, I think, Japan. Is this Japan? Yeah, Japan down here. So there's a lot of different countries and nationalities represented on these counters. And as you can see, they're quite standard counters. They got good little drawings on them. Looks like these are going to punch well. They're double-sided as well. Most of them have a reduced strength side. Let's take a look at these other ones here. We've got... These are the Taiwanese, the Republic of China. And then we've got the People's Republic of China from mainland China as well. So and there's a lot of different types of units. So you got armor, I believe there's infantry, there's mech infantry. I think I saw Marines on the other page here. Yeah, it looks like there's Marines. And there's all different kinds of aircraft. So you've got B-52s, F-35s, so you got old F-16s, A-10s. So there's a lot of different choices and variety of things to do and how everything's going to work. So I'm excited to dig into these. This last page, we've got what are presumably control markers. We got Taiwan and China. Is that Malaysia? And then there's more units, and then we got some bookkeeping tracks, counters here. Different strikes, interdicted strikes, destroyed stuff, clearing, out of supply counters here as well. So we'll get punching to these. Let me pop a couple of them out. See, these come out very, very easily. And they popped apart without any trouble there. These small size counters. I'll clip these with a counter clipper. I use this one. I think it's from Oregon Laminations. This is the full metal one. I think this is like 20-25 bucks. I had to use this because my other one broke, and I wanted to get one that was a bit sturdier. I don't think this one's not quite as good, but it's not going to break from usage like my other two have. So I'm sticking with that one for now. Now let's move some of this stuff aside and see what else we've got. Looks like we've got the map here. Before I crack that open, we'll just take a look at the standard and advanced rules. So this is kind of the series rules. And this is a much bigger rule. This is 40 pages. And just the centerfold is the advanced game rules. So 20 pages of normal rules, it looks like, of series rules. Again, full color, but not a lot of diagrams, so it's going to be text heavy. And the last 20 pages is advanced optional rules, things like detection, air support, movement and transport, things like that again. So between that and this, if I want to play the standard game, between the series rules and the 14 or 15 pages of game-specific rules, that's a hefty amount of reading to get this started. But I'm very excited. I want to dig into this. Well, let's take a look at the map to see what we're up against. So I think I will primarily probably be playing this solo, just because that seems to be where my gaming's at right now. This is just one map sheet, and that's what appealed to me about the Taiwan game over the other ones, is it seemed to be a bit more manageable to keep everything on one table, especially just for the standard game. So the game, I mean, the map is, it's Taiwan. It's a big mountain in the middle. It's a small island, blue hexes around it. You have air defense track over here. You have a victory point table down here, so you can always reference that of, oh, but I did a thing, it got me some points. You have some boxes, some holding boxes over here. But there is not a lot of too much other clutter. The map itself is actually really nice. So I'll just fold it up and show you Taipei, just to show some of the detail on the map here. Very clear, different types of terrains. So you've got like the basic underlayer of terrain. So you've got this clear terrain, but then you've got clear terrain with trees, and you've got hills with trees, another elevation with trees, and then you've got more mountains, and the mountains get darker as they get into the central part of the island as well. You've got the different cities, like metropolis squares, and you've got smaller outlying towns as well. Everything's connected by different colored routes and roads, so it's very, very clear. And I'm just looking at this, something that I've noticed, this is the counter size for all the counters. I'm just going to put one in this little hex here. These are very big hexes for what you have. I'm actually very happy about that. Sometimes some of the games we played, the hexes are so tiny, and start getting into stacking, it ends up being quite a handful. But this seems to have great hex size to try and keep track of everything. So I'm very excited. I'm very happy about this product. I'm gonna get this to the table and plow through the rules and start playing this. Nice to get into a would-be modern conflict, kind of a what-if game, but one that uses modern tactics, modern technology, modern equipment, and that's something I'm excited to play around with and get to grips with. So thank you very much for watching, and watch out for a review coming real soon. Thanks.